And now to a question that's being debated not only all over the country, but right here in Wisconsin. Are Indian mascots a symbol of dignity or are they discrimination?
Only on Fox 6 tonight, our Mike Lowe introduces you to a man with a unique perspective on Wisconsin's brave new law.
The songs that these singers have and kept for us go back for generations.
The power of images. On full display at this Indian powwow, a celebration of Native American traditions.
I get to embrace my ancestors, my grandmother, my grandfather. We're a part of a bigger community, a bigger sort of purpose.
Among the dancers is Mark Denning. If his face is familiar, you'll see why in a moment. As a Marquette University student back in 1979, he arrived on campus just as the school was moving toward a more dignified sports symbol and away from the cartoonish Willie Wampum Warrior mascot.
With a huge papier-mâché head, with a tiny little feather on the top, and he had a tomahawk, and he would perform sort of dances and fun things that people found entertaining on the court. People loved it. So that was a time when people were proud of that native image. But what was that image really?
It was a question facing a university striving to be more sensitive. Denning was approached by school officials with an idea.
What if we use an actual American Indian person to represent Marquette University?
Eventually, Denning portrayed the first warrior at Marquette University basketball games in the late 1970s and early 1980s. Then, it went a step farther.
The face on the Marquette logo from the 1980s is my face. I bought into that, in fact, so much that I signed my likeness away so Marquette University could use my likeness on the Marquette Warriors logo in the 1980s.
But his perspective changed one day while standing in line at the university bookstore.
I saw my face on these drawers, and there are multiple faces on underwear. And I just shaking my head, and I thought, what's going on? Because that's my face. And now people are using it for underwear.
And suddenly, for him, the Indian logo debate was crystallized in a single question. Were these logos about having fun, or were they about making fun?
People are using this as entertainment. We're not any more than that right now.
The man who was a logo was now against them.
I knew in my senior year that this had come off the rails. It wasn't what we were intending. And I was partly to blame for that.
As a national debate over the issue rages with controversy swirling around the NFL's Redskins,
if someone of that race comes to you and says, your mascot, your name is offensive, it is.
a fierce fight exploded in the Wisconsin legislature.
Somehow, we believe that the process is fair and balanced for someone who doesn't even make up 1%.
It centers on one school in southeastern Wisconsin.
How is that offensive? I don't get it. I really don't.
The Mukwonago Area School District has refused to change its Indians nickname despite a state law and a court ruling.
We honor that. We're proud of it. It shows strength, values. That's what I get out of it.
The Indian name and logo, in full headdress, is still splashed across the stands and the school's signage.
It's not anything negative at all.
We are the Indian still!
Current Wisconsin law makes it easy for citizens to challenge Indian mascots and have them removed. But controversial bills passed through both the Senate and the Assembly would change that, making it easier for schools to keep their mascots, even over the objections of Native Americans.
Where do we stop?
Republican State Representative Steve Nass authored the bill. He says the state should not legislate matters of taste.
Can something be offensive? Sure. Does that mean it's discrimination? No, it doesn't.
Indians forever. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a reality of what it really means to Mukwonago to lose this logo.
You don't get that at a high school football game. Where you get is lots of cheering either for these Indians.
Touchdown, Indians!
These are 14 schools cheering against people that are pretending to be Indians. Ready, Bobby?
But for Mark Denning, it's not pretend, it's personal. The man whose face was the kind of logo he's now fighting against says the debate is really about recognizing and reclaiming the power of images.
All they'll do is, like at Mukwonago, wear a shirt. Children wear a shirt that will say, always Indian. But what does that mean? I have a letter jacket I got from Goodwill for $12.99. And for $12.99, I can take Indian on and off my shoulders anytime. But I can't take Indian out of my life at any time. That's what I am, it's what I was born as, and it's who I'll be.
In Milwaukee, Mike Lowe, Fox 6 News.
The bill that Mike talked about in that story would make it easier for schools to keep their Indian mascot names and images, and it's now on the desk of Governor Scott Walker. The governor, though, has not said whether or not he will sign it.